Yo everybody, my name is GrampasPace. In this video, I'm gonna dive myself right into a wall. I'm gonna make a lot of moves in this back straight, and there's gonna be a lot of close fighting. Stay tuned. Now, first thing I've noticed is that my DR and SR rating are both B. And in this video, I really wanted to improve that. So let's jump right into it, and first thing I'm going to do is buy the OP car for this circuit, which this circuit was featured 2 weeks ago. Here we go, I got the WRX, and it has of course the legendary livery right from the Impreza we all know and love. Just look at this beauty. Just whoever made this, good job. This looks phenomenal. Alright, so first I wanted to make a qualifying lap, and as we go into this left-hander, as you can see I could have taken it a little bit tighter, and I'm gonna cut this a little bit to the left, and on the right I missed the apex a little bit. Over here I've also missed cutting it more, so this qualifying lap time is not optimal and ideal, but for my driver's rating this is pretty good. So as we go right here into this fast sweeping corner, we're gonna hit the wall just a little bit. Luckily for me, I did not get a penalty. I have no idea how, but that's not the ideal way to take that corner. So as we're gonna go right into this last hairpin, the final corner, well, there are technically two more corners right before the main straight. But as we're gonna come over and finish the lap, it's gonna be a 133.8, which I believe I can do better. Now, jumping onto the first race, I'm gonna start in position number 4, which is pretty good actually. Now, I'm right here behind Doc and Mark Ramsey, but Savage here from behind me missed their braking point and just gave me a boost to pass Doc. I didn't really like to pass Doc like that, but nevertheless we're gonna carry on into the final corner right here into this hairpin, which is a really good overtaking opportunity. As we can see right here, Mark and Trekkelly are having their own little battle, and as we go right here into the first corner, Mark here is gonna cut the corner very late, and that's gonna give him a 1 second penalty because of that. So I know I don't really have to worry about P2 honestly, as long as I keep it clean. And we're gonna pass them right here. I'm gonna tuck myself right into Kelly's slipstream. Hopefully I'll get it right into this corner. Yes, I do, and Kelly gets it pretty wrong. I do manage to get side by side by them momentarily. I'm gonna tuck myself right into their slipstream, and as we go into the first braking point, I'm gonna lift up just a little bit, tiny bit, so I won't be able to hit them from behind and miss my braking point. Now, as we go right here into the infield, we almost again touch and go side by side. However, I do keep my distance, and this is where it gets really close between the two of us. And actually, he's managing to pull away, swirling around a little bit. And as we take this right corner, going under the bridge, you're gonna see something you don't normally see in a daily race, which I mean, even if you did have a bad race and you decide to quit or just drive in the wrong direction, which is very distracting I must say, he has a whopping 15-second penalty. Wow, that's an achievement. That's really something actually. And as we go into the bottom left, we're gonna see that he actually literally a second or two later has left the game. So I don't know what was that all about, but Grand that was pretty amazing. Even if the situation looks bleak or grim, don't quit the race and never give up. And as we carry on right here, I'm still behind Trekkelly. We're gonna jump to the main straight right here before the start of lap number 4, and Trekkelly is trying to break the slipstream, going violently side to side, and I still managed to get right beside them to their left, go into the inside, park it beautifully on the apex. They can't do anything about that. All they can do is maybe bump draft me, which they chose not to. And it's been very clean with Tricali so far. Now we can see at the bottom right corner of the screen on the radar, they're actually pretty close. And as we go into the back straight right here, it's going to be a drag race between us. They are pretty close to me, and going side by side right over here, they're going to be on the outside of this corner and I'll be on the inside. They completely overcook it, but because of that I didn't want to hit them and I had to lift a little bit, punting them just a tiny bit, which I did not want to do. But because they went wide over there, they do get a half a second penalty. And as I continue to commentate about that, Mark has managed to go into my outside of this corner. So since they have the slipstream right here, they are managing to get the run over me. Now because of that, I completely overcook it, and oh boy, I crashed right into the wall. Something that I really don't like to see or do, and I decided not to let Mark go past me because I have a 1.5 second penalty. By this point it accumulated to 2.5 seconds, and I know Mark is right behind us, and Tricali here has also served their half a second penalty. Mark is just flying through trying to catch Tricali right here, and as we get close by to this last corner, the two behind me are gonna fight and they're gonna push me a little bit, but it didn't do much honestly, and I do manage to keep P3. The podium position is mine, 4.3 seconds away from the lead. Mark in the end managed to get the win over Tricali by a half a second. That's actually very impressive. Now as we jump on to the next race, here I'm gonna start P3 since I managed to finish P3. And first thing we notice right here as we carry on with the first lap, I'm gonna go a tiny bit too wide and gonna get a half a second penalty. Now Doodle is right behind me. They have my slipstream, and I'm not gonna serve my penalty here. Now Ramirez and Omori here are gonna get very close to each other, very close, and I'm gonna go wide once again, gonna accumulate another half a second penalty. Doodle here is right next to me on my left, and here we go. I have a 1 second penalty because of that, and it's gonna be a drag race right between the both of us. And Doodle here has managed to keep on going since Doodle here is very well in Omori's slipstream. And as we carry on right here into the first braking point, Doodle here has broke and actually left the door open for me to catch the inside, so I tried to nibble it on. However, Doodle here managed to have a better exit from me, and as we carry on into the infield, it's going to be very close indeed. The four of us right here, the top four of the race, are very close indeed, and the rest of the pack behind are getting further and further away from us. So as we go into this right-hander, Doodle and Omori are almost side by side, entering the tunnel and exiting it. Doodle's right behind. I'm tucking right behind them as well. And as we go right here into this left-hander, I managed to get a run over Doodle onto the outside, but I think better of it. Try to get the all switcheroo. Not gonna happen for me. And I'm gonna serve my 1 second penalty right here. I'm gonna keep on going, hoping that the guy behind does not manage to get me. And as we can see right here, we carry on. Doodle went very wide over there, and that should bring them a half a second penalty right here. Into the back straight we go. Doodle serving their penalty. I'm blasting right through them, and Omori also had a big penalty to serve. And as we get very close to them, am I gonna manage to make this pull through? Omori here has went way too wide, and as you can see, that's gonna give them a half a second penalty because they had all four wheels over the white line. Now we're gonna carry on here with Doodle's perspective, and as we can see here, it's gonna be side-by-side action between myself and Omori, and we both drifted, but my back end hits the nose of Omori, and I thought that was pretty dirty. That's not a good move, so I lift off a little bit just to let them go so they can keep on going. And as we carry on here, once again in the infield, we're gonna go into Omori's point of view, and they're gonna get it wrong in 2 consecutive corners actually, which will accumulate to a total of 2 second penalty. That is 1.5, including the half a second penalty they already had, which has accumulated to 2 seconds as I've just mentioned. and Omori and Doodle are just gonna fight it off. They're really heated into this, and as we carry on right here onto the back straight, Doodle and I both know Omori has a 2-second penalty. Now it's going to be a battle onto second place between Doodle and myself. And as we go right here, side by side action, very nice. And Doodle here tried to do the old switcheroo, however, I managed to block it beautifully, and they did not manage to pull it through. Now, as we go onto the main straight, I'm gonna get right into the final lap of the race. Doodle still right behind me. They thought I'm gonna go right, taking the racing line. However, I stick it to the left as much as I can. As soon as I noticed they're gonna bump draft me and wait for the back straight to try and overtake me, I went right and took the ordinary racing line. And as we carry on right here, we're both very close to each other. Doodle's right behind me as we go into the infield. Really clean racing with Doodle, and very happy with this race. It's very fun, and I'm very happy that I managed to race against Doodle with the Audi TT. As we go right here, almost side by side into the tunnel and outside, as we're gonna carry on into the back straight, we can see Ramirez actually is serving a 1-second penalty. Is it gonna be enough for us to catch them? I'm not sure, but I'm not even thinking about that. I'm thinking about, okay, Doodle's right behind me. He's gonna try and get this done, and let's see if they're gonna manage to pull it off. And they're right behind me, almost got side by side for just a split moment there, and I'm very well aware of their presence right behind me as they are in my slipstream. We're gonna carry on right here. We can see the radar here pops up, and they're gonna try and get the move done, but it's not gonna be enough, and our gap is less than 0.1 seconds, which was very close, and I really liked that race. That was amazing, very enjoyable. Thank you, Doodle. Started P3, ended with P2, second place. Good job. That was a really nice race. Good job to be. Yes, I patted myself in the back. Going on to the next race, I start in P1, and nothing much really happened into this race, mainly because I did manage to get a pretty big gap. As we skip into lap number 4, I'm gonna go into this infield, and it looks all good and dandy so far. Doodle here is still behind me. I'm very well aware that my position can be compromised, and we go very hot into this left-hander, which is gonna unsettle my car completely. I'm gonna drift into this corner, manage to save it, fortunately for me. However, unfortunately for me, I managed to get a 1-second penalty, and that actually gives the opportunity for Doodle to catch up. And right before the penalty is served, the gap is 1.8 seconds. And as Doodle crosses that penalty zone, they're gonna manage to decrease that gap very quickly and be very close behind indeed. And they're gonna try to do the old switcheroo once again. They did it way too quickly, and because they pushed me here, I did not get a penalty for that. Neither did Doodle, which is a little bit confusing for me, but I guess Gran Turismo, I don't know. But as we go right here into the infield, it's going to be a battle for first position, and I know that Doodle is right behind me, and my position is actually in danger, and I do want to get this win. I really hope I can, because that can really help my driver's rating go up once more. But as we go into this left-hander, Doodle's going to get it a little bit wrong, and right before the back straight, as we go right here, Doodle has a really good run, and I know that, so I just try to break the slipstream immediately. And it's very weird for me that they didn't go for my slipstream right away, but now they are, and I guess they're misjudging it, since as we can see right here in the replay view, Doodle is not really side by side with me, but they do have the nose right there. As we're gonna break right into the last corner, this very tricky hairpin, Doodle is gonna try and go right on the outside, and we're gonna go side by side right here, and Doodle and I are gonna have an insane battle right to the finish line. We're both gonna give a lot of space to each other, and thankfully, since I got the inside of that fast sweeping corner, I managed to secure first place, and that was another amazing battle with Doodle. 2 races in a row. Very, very beautifully done. Thank you for racing very, very cleanly, Doodle. Amazing stuff. Just incredible. Thank you. Now we're gonna jump into the next race. So I start P1 in this one, and nothing honestly happened here apart from me being very, very consistent. As we can see at the right part of the screen, 134s all the way. Amazing stuff. Being very consistent. I feel like I'm getting better in this game, which is making me very happy about myself. Now we're gonna carry on to the next race, and this race, just another race without any action. Start P2, finish P2. I couldn't reel in Omori in this race. I think they've practiced more and managed to improve themselves. So between the races, I kept on practicing my own times, and this time I managed to improve into 133.5. So good stuff right here. And here we go. I am saying hello to Doodle because I had really good races with them so far, and they say the same thing. Nice to see me, good luck. But in this race, once again, start in P1, finish in P1, keep grinding up that DR and SR, pole position, fastest lap, and a clean race, all the bonuses, and that makes me very happy. Now, as we can see right here, my driver's rating is B, but my sportsmanship rating has gone up to A. So we're gonna jump into the next race, and this one I actually started in P5, which I was actually happy about. However, it's gonna kick off right at the start of the race. As we can see right here in the radar, there's gonna be some carnage over there, and that's 2 positions gained before even the first corner. Now as we carry on right here in the fast motion, the Canadian up front is going way too deep into that corner, and that's gonna give them a half-second penalty, which as we jump right here to the back straight, they are gonna serve it, and that is actually gonna give me the opportunity to have the run onto them, and I'm gonna go on the outside, gonna brake just in time, and I have a lot of breathing space right here as we go and carry on onto the main straight and actually skip to lap number 2. Marcel unfortunately broke way too late, and he's gonna hit the Canadian right into me. It's gonna be a pinball effect, and as we carry on right here, I have massive damage to my car, and we're gonna skip here to the next lap into the infield right behind Bruce in the blue Audi, and we're gonna go left here and a right. That's gonna make me have a better exit than Bruce. I'm gonna try it into the inside. However, they didn't really give me much room here. They just turned into me, but I still let them have the position. I just thought to myself, you know what, we'll just live to fight another day, and we're gonna carry on here into the back straight. I'm gonna go left once more. This hairpin is just an amazing place to try and overtake people. However, Bruce manages to do the old switcheroo and is not gonna give me this position easily at all. And as we can see here, this is beautiful sportsmanship from Marcel. Since they did punt me off, they see that I'm right behind and they give me the position back. Well played, Marcel. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. But it's not over for me yet, since Bruce here is still very, very close indeed. I go very defensive, and as I see them going to the right here, I do manage to park it on the apex. However, it's not good enough because Bruce here is going to have a way better exit than I am, and we're going to be side by side right here into the infield. Am I going to be able to keep the position? No, I'm not. I was actually too afraid to go into the back of them, as you can see right here, which I actually did. But as we carry on, everything's fine. There's no damage, no penalties, and the race continues. Now we're going to carry on here into the back straight once again in the race, and this time Bruce is going very defensive, so I decide to take the right side of the track since that's the only thing I can do. And as we brake right here, I think Bruce turned just a little bit into me, unsettling my car, and they're going to carry on into this main straight right here. And I am still in the game. I have not left. I did not get a penalty at all. And as we can see right here into the first braking point, Bruce here went a little bit too wide and they overcooked the corner completely. And thanks to that, I managed to secure P2. That was just beautiful, beautiful stuff. Great racing with Bruce. Thank you very much for the clean race. It was amazing. Now, we're gonna carry on into another race, which I start P1 and finish in P1. And I'm very happy with that. Next time, qualifying 133.4. I keep on improving. That's really, really good. So as we go into the next race, I'm right behind Elvis here. I'm going to take the inside line of this hairpin right at the end of this back straight. And as we're going to brake right here, Elvis here is going to go a little bit too wide, and we're going to carry on. And that was a beautiful, beautiful move by me. Elvis tries onto this main straight, and they're gonna be right beside me on the outside, and I'm leaving enough space for Elvis. We'll be going side by side right before this right-hander. Elvis though is backing off from it because they know it's too dangerous to go too wide over there. However, that was basically it, honestly. Like, it was a really, really good move. Good racing between the two of us in the first couple of laps, but as we carry on here, it's gonna be another win for me, and that was really, really good stuff. So after that race, North Summer here has said hello, nice to meet you, that was a good race and congratulations, which I'm very happy for, you know. So I said the same, nice to meet you, it was fun and we should play again sometime. So they said that's a good idea, no problem. Now as we can see here, I got my sportsmanship rating onto S, and I managed to achieve my driving rating to A. And if you want to check my unedited videos of all the races, you can check them out in the description down below. And I'll see you all in the next one.